Hey, what's good with you guys? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Burning the Books. We have one more NFL regular season football game for you tonight. We have the Miami Dolphins playing against the Buffalo Bills. Winner gets the division. Buffalo is a -3 on the road. And by some lucky circumstance, that everybody and their mom was needing Jacksonville to lose today to make the playoffs. Jacksonville did end up losing to the Tennessee Titans, so Pittsburgh got in there. Now Buffalo is in there. So I was already thinking that this game was already going to be too big for Buffalo. They've had to do a lot of miraculous things to get themselves to this point of where they could even possibly play themselves into the playoffs. I feel like Miami is ready for this moment, whereas it might be the changing of the guard on the AFC East side of the deal. So I'm going to tell you to take the Miami Dolphins plus the 3 at home because I just don't think that the Buffalo Bills should be 6 points difference. Where if they were even, Miami would be -3 at home. I just don't feel like the difference is that big. So I'm going to take the Miami plus the 3 points. And then we have the national championship is tomorrow. And as some of you know, I've been very heavy on the Washington Huskies for a good chunk of the season. I feel like Michael Penix Jr. is the best quarterback in the nation and probably should be a higher pick than Caleb Williams. And I feel like tomorrow he's going to be proving it against Michigan. Michigan is a 4.5-point favorite. Number 1 versus the number 2 seed. But I just feel like it's going to be Michael Penix's time. And so that is my pick for you guys. I might have already had a future in on it. 6-1 on the Washington Huskies winning it outright when there were still 4 teams left. And so those are our 2 picks for today. The last quote-unquote get even episode of this football season. The last Sunday night game, there's no Monday night game other than the national championship. And to recap, I during the daytime I went 5-1 for the daytime picks. I did whiff one under on the New Orleans Saints Atlanta Falcons game. The New Orleans Saints covered that by themselves, the 41.5 or 42 points. But the Saints did end up massively winning. The Bengals ended up winning. The Patriots were the only ones on the sidewise that laid an egg on the. I just didn't think that they were going to send Bill Belichick out like that. But the Jets ended up winning 9-3 in New England in a snow game. Tennessee covered the 4.5 and ended up outright beating Jacksonville. Minnesota and Detroit. Detroit ended up covering the 3.5 points. Tampa Bay ended up winning 9-0. I told you Carolina wasn't going to show up today either, and they didn't. Their defense showed up. Their offense did not. Washington, on the afternoon side, did not cover the 13.5 against the Dallas Cowboys. They ended up losing by 28 points. But the Philadelphia Eagles did not cover against the Giants. I did tell you to take the Giants. That was the only first half bet that I gave out was the -3. On the first half, the Eagles got blanked, and they were just getting beat handily at halftime. I wasn't expecting that. And then I had the Broncos were playing against the Raiders, and the Raiders were winning by 10 last I checked. Or excuse me, they were winning by 14. I believe it was 27-14, so by 13 points. And yeah, the Clippers have not played against the Lakers yet tonight, so that will just be hanging in the balance. We won't know about that until later on. It's one of the last games to be played. But I just wanted to thank everybody for tuning in, and we'll have some more episodes for you throughout the week. There's plenty of NBA action. I'll start looking at college basketball and whatnot, and I'll start looking at the lines ahead of these playoff games that we'll have for you next week. And we'll see you guys next time. Thank you for tuning in.